that word, do it yourself, stuck in me. And so it was a motivation.
Put your hope and you have faith in what you are doing.
Say, madam, the air producing children that's finishing you.
And yet you don't have yours. Haven't you ever felt cheated, so to say, by God?
And during the childbirth, she also gave up.
All of a sudden, my two jaws shifted position. My brain was already turned upside down.
Humanly speaking, it has not been easy. But with God, all things are possible.
Welcome to Share My Story. This is a part 2 of a story we started last week. Interviewing Pastor KG. Pastor KG was not born a Pastor KG. He was born Shuaib, a Muslim, who had a regular life, got into the university, and encountered a book. Book made him feel that Western education was not for the black man. And so he left school, withdrew, and wanted to study music. Found his way to Fela Shrine. If you were with us last week. If you were with us last week, you'll have heard how demons were the ones that actually taught him how to play instruments while he was practicing yoga. Amazing. And then we got to the part where now he has started traveling with the band. I mean, someone that demons taught how to play music. And if you remember that Lucifer was a choir master, then you know where we are coming from and probably where we are heading to. Yes, and now he's gone on the first trip abroad with the Egypt 80 band of Fela, got back, and pressmen have now interviewed him. And from the interviews and the papers, the parents now discovered where their son had been hiding. That was where we left off last week. And we'll just take it up. There's a lot of ground to cover. We need to move a lot faster. Yes, sir. Welcome to this episode.
Thank you very much.
It's fantastic. You said your sister now came to look. That's where we ended last. Yes. Your sister now came to look for you. And people came to meet you and say your sister, and you were like, which sister?
Yes. So I said, which sister? So I was walking down the road. I saw my sister, but I just pretended I didn't know her. So she ran after me and grabbed my trouser. Because
Okay.
I'm a younger brother.
Ah, okay. Was
she
your
grabbed
elder
my
sister?
trouser, and I told her, if you don't leave me, all these words I'm going to tell you to beat you.
Your own sister?
Yes. She looked at me. I said, I'm serious. And by then, some of the boys started moving closer. She left me and started weeping. So she could not reach me. I was like, I didn't see her. I was the only person that came. Some years later, my eldest brother came too. But there was no breakthrough. Because I just felt, I've gone too far. So
Okay.
it was pointless. Let me just continue like this. But I didn't know God had his own plans.
For you. Okay, now, did you just end with smoking India hemp and... Okay?
There was the stepping stone to higher ones.
Okay?
So and it was that trip, on that trip,
The first
the
trip?
first trip to America.
Okay.
That was when Fela was arrested for
Okay.
possession of hard currency.
Yeah?
So he could not go with us to the United States.
By the Diagbon Buhari regime?
Buhari regime.
Yes.
So we went with that Fela,
Okay?
had our first show in Hollywood Main Bowl, but it was a flop because when the Americans found out he wasn't
They didn't see
coming,
Fela,
he
yeah.
didn't show up. So because he didn't show up, all these shows were cancelled.
Ah,
So,
okay.
so a friend of Fela had to help us arrange for some concerts. Sandra, that's her name, she lives in LA.
Okay.
Arranged some shows. We had a show in UC Berkeley and all that. So when we got back, Fela was in the court, and at the end of the day, he was jailed, and we continued to play in the shrine. So
Okay.
in one of the Sunday jump, as we were performing, you know, when we play some numbers, we take a break
Okay.
just to go and
Refresh.
So it was when I got down from the stage that a young man approached me and said, "Hey guy, I like the way you perform on stage. But however, young guys like you in America, there's what they used to enhance their performance." And I said, "What is that?" He said, "Cocaine." I said, "What is cocaine?" I said, "I've never heard about it. I'm okay with And the guy said, why don't you try it? Are you a Jew or something? So I looked at him and said, okay, let me have it. So the guy just said, okay, let's go. He brought 5 grams of coke, 5 grams of heroin.
Okay.
And I said, it was brown powder and a creamish powder. I said, why have you used this? He said, let's go. So we checked into a hotel called Unity Hotel somewhere in Ikeja.
Okay.
Took a room. And brought out some funny apparatus, borate, the carbonate of soda powder, mixed it up inside the bottle, hit it with the lighter, pour some ice chill water into the contents, and before you know it, from powder to liquid, from liquid to oil, from oil when the ice water entered to a white stone, creamy stone. And he brought the stone and put it inside a pyre stem and hit it, inhaled the smoke and gave it to me. When I took the first blast, man, I was in the clouds.
Blast. Yeah, first blast. Okay.
That was it. Cocaine, heroin, told me, you get high on this coke and it's like you are tripping, you step down with this brown sugar. I said, how do you use it? He brought out the foil paper in the cigarette, burnt it, the white paper on the other side burnt off, then smoothing it, shined it up, poured some of the heroin powder, made a pipe with a $1 bill.
He even smokes a foreign currency.
Taught me how to run the oil. It is called Chase the Dragon. And that was it. That was it. I became a smoker. But I didn't know what I was into. Until this guy disappeared, because he was always giving me supplies. But
for free?
Yeah, for free.
He really liked you?
Yes.
In quotes?
Yeah. People liked me. I don't know why. I don't know why. People just liked me.
Okay.
So by the time I didn't see him for like 2 weeks, I now sat. I just discovered that when I wake up in the morning, I'll be feeling cold, feverish. I didn't know what it was. Then when he reappeared later, I was not complaining that, man, every morning when I wake up, I feel feverish. No matter what I do, I don't get myself, even if I take drugs and all that, injections and tablets. But when I smoke that stuff, the guy laughed and said, you are now a junkie. My God, I said, what is
he was even celebrating it.
I said, what's a junkie? He said, it means you are an addict. That it means without this, you can't function. I was drinking Gouda. The bottle in my hand, I smashed it on the skull. The guy took off. And that was it. So it was drug. That was what took me to other areas of my life. I never thought I would be in. You know,
like?
Suddenly I discovered that the drug habit has become so much that I needed so much money
to sustain the habits.
I needed so much, thousands of naira, and you can think about this. You know, late 80s and early 90s, you know what 1,000 naira was.
Yeah.
You know? So at this period, getting the money was tough.
And you are still playing with Fela?
Playing normal.
Okay.
Fans will tell you when I'm playing, I'll be so high that at times I'll be sleeping while performing, but I'm still playing. You know. I'm still playing. My fingers are still working, so there was no problem.
Okay, you are on keyboard.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's another story. Because now, Positive Force Band, Femi, you know,
okay,
the pianist is gone, so I switched from rhythm guitar to keyboard. This was after Fela was released from prison in 1986.
Okay.
When Fela was released in 86, I switched from rhythm guitarist to
keyboard. Okay, because the keyboardist had left and joined Positive Force. Okay. Okay.
So, that was it. And then one day, a young chap came, introduced himself, said he wanted to stay with me. And I just noticed that he was not always at home in the night. But early in the morning, we come with about 10 other guys. We all smoke together.
Okay.
They are all living. They will just throw me a bundle of money. Say, oh my boy, enjoy yourself. And I always need money to get high.
Yeah, just
to say, where's this dope from? You know. Until one evening, this guy just came down, rushed back to the house at about 7, 8. He said, KJ, please carry me on your shoulders. I want to take something from the ceiling. I said, why are you keeping me on the ceiling? You see this
in your house?
In my house. He was sleeping with me. He said, just carry me. I carry him on my shoulders. He pushed the ceiling and then took something, he dropped it with me. When I handed it in, it was cold, it was metal. And I brought it down. What is this? Called 45 automatic. I said, what is this? She said, what is wrong with you? Are you surprised? Where do you think you get the money you give to me? And he said, even this night, now that you know, you are going out with us. That's what started my journey.
Into another phase, robbery now.
And you know what robbers do. There's nothing wrong.
I don't know what robbers do.
Robbers do that I do not do. You know, Paul said in Romans 1:16, I'm not ashamed of the gospel.
Yeah.
The gospel is not just only the Bible. The Bible says in Revelation 12:11, it says we will overcome the devil by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Okay?
Yes.
I believe because I say the things I say, that's why I've remained a Christian till today. Because when I first became a Christian for several years, even the church did not even believe me. They kept suspecting me.
That you were still in the world.
Yeah, I was still in the world. And then the kind of evangelism I do, the places I go, I visit brothels, I visit joints, I go to bad places.
Those places you were.
So they kept suspecting me, you understand?
Okay.
But because of the fact that I had to drop everything and say God or nothing, that's what has kept me to today.
Okay.
So
now you were now very much involved in robbery. Were you still playing with fellas?
Oh yes, I was playing. The last incident I had, I was having a lot of police problems, but then it was just breaking and entry. Because I now had boys. Some of my boys are still in Ikeja.
The boys that used to sell.
Not the sellers now. These are boys that I train. These are boys that I teach how to do crime. That's the breaking and entry.
That's just like stealing. When you just enter into and loot things, you don't harm anybody. Probably you go at night when they've gone home, or if it's in somebody's house, you go during the day when they've gone to work. You scatter door. No, be breaking and entry. You call her. Like I told you, we all have our past, right? But we are here sharing your story. Now, you had boys you had recruited now.
Yes.
Not teaching musical.
Not
teaching how to do breaking and entry.
Yes. And there are boys that I taught music. Most of them are in America today.
Okay.
In fact, there was a guy that was released from prison, and one day I was smoking. I looked at him, and he was just staring, and I just looked at the guy, and I felt that this guy should be over 30. So I went to him and said, "What is happening to you?" He said, "You're releasing from prison." I said, "So what do you know how to do?" He said, "Nothing." I said, "Look, will you let me teach you how to play bass guitar?" He said, "Yes." I said, "But you see, I'm a very hard man. So if you are ready to learn," I say, "I know you are older than me, but I'm a hard man. I may do some things you will not like, but if you do not give up, you learn." So I started teaching him first day. When I'm teaching, if I say do this, I can give you a backhand slap. So after the first day, some people went to him and said, Betty want to teach you when small boy they slap his, but the guy was president today. That guy said, "You know, plays you understand?" And many of the guys I taught some congas, some drums.
Oh, you could play everything.
I play rhythm guitar, tenor guitar, bass guitar, keyboard. I play the sax. I play drums. I play congas.
Because from your story, it was just 3 instruments the demons taught you.
Yes, but I had to.
Okay, you now improved. Oh, okay. Now, you were now involved in armed robbery.
Yes.
Right? No. I want us to continue the story. I want to
look at my face and say, "This guy
was an armed robber." Was,
yeah. I'm not
you are no more an armed robber.
Yes.
But we'll take a break since you are getting uncomfortable. We'll take a break so that we'll refresh ourselves, and then we'll see how things progress. You're still watching. Share my story. We're still here with Pastor KG, and we tried going into robbery. Yes, sir. You said you did everything robbers.
Everything robbers do.
Good.
Shoot, steal, breaking, whatever.
Good. But I know too that robbers, like the Yoruba say, don't do it with Ojolaso.
What's here?
All right. So, Shedira. did you
Of course.
empower yourself?
Yes, what
All right.
happened was that we were in Toronto.
Okay.
Toronto, and then I got a call from Nigeria, and somebody said to me that he's been trying to get me, that he called our promoters in New York. They said we've left for North America. Then they gave him the number of our promoters there, and then he got them, and they gave him the number of our hotel. Then he got our hotel, then gave them my name, then they checked their whatever, and then he got my room. What's
Okay.
the problem?
That you are going through all these trouble.
He said they have arrested all those your friends. That the guy,
The robbers. The guy that kept the gun in your...
I now became a member of the gang. I became
Okay.
the number 12 member.
You guys were 12 disciples. All right.
And he said to me they've arrested them, and the guy said that I'm the head of the gang, that I should not come back to Nigeria. And I said, no man, I can't live abroad. And the reason I was scared of living abroad was my drug habits.
Okay.
Because the drugs had made me become a very violent person. I was always fighting, I was always making troubles. I've had different incidents, whether in France, in Germany.
Oh, even when you go on concert abroad, you make it...
I fight. At times, if I want to buy drugs from somebody, I can suddenly just, just knock him cold and steal all his drugs and his hard currency and disappear,
Even abroad.
Yes.
Wonderful.
I was just... So,
Okay.
so the guy said, okay, if you want to come back, as soon as you get back, don't go to your house. And I'm going to take you somewhere where they will cook you. So I didn't understand what he was saying.
Okay.
So by the time I got back, he blocked me at the airport. I checked him into a hotel at on Allen Avenue. And then with the airport taxi, we traveled towards Ijebu land.
Okay.
Before I thought there was only Ijebu Ode. So I saw so many Ijebus. Until we got to this Ijebu, they call it Ijebu Akaka. And then we met a Baba there called Baba Amunikoro.
Amunikoro?
Yes.
Okay.
The guy that took me on this journey worked with National Union of Road Transport Workers.
Okay.
On Broad Street, So we went through different rituals, blood bath with pigeon blood, then river bath, 7 times facing where the river is flowing from, with 7 different kind of sponge and 7 mixture of black soap.
What was this one supposed to achieve? This 7. Okay.
Then face where the river was flowing to 6 sponges, and then after that, went back to the Baba's house. By 12 midnight, he came to wake me up, give me one white cloth to tie that I bought, about 4 yards of white clothes.
Okay.
Tied, then gave me sacrifice, Iba, to carry on my head with the cutlass. Then led me to a 3-road junction. I dropped it, and then we got back, 2 blade, make incisions, say go and sleep. Slept. The next morning, he woke me up, gave me some traditional, and said go back. But there's no problem. That was my journey into jazz.
Okay.
So this journey took me to places.
Okay. You are not satisfied with Baba's own?
When you start, you step up. Like starting with marijuana, you step up.
Okay.
Now this one was to maybe make sure that they don't look for me again.
Okay. Concerning the 12 disciples.
But of course, those guys, 10 of them were killed. 1 is alive. Because I saw him once when I was having an outreach program in Empire. Empire in Mushin? I normally have outreach for prostitutes there.
Okay.
Where I gather up to about 120, 150 prostitutes. And food and drinks.
Okay.
And minister to them.
Okay.
So I saw that one. But the rest were killed that particular period. So I came back to Lagos and life continued. Of course, I need to fortify. And of course, with Kalakuta. Kalakuta is an African place.
Okay.
Different women with different gods. Ladies from Ghana, from Ivory Coast, from Cameroon.
Are you serious? We're living
there? Yes, from all over Africa. We're just there, we're just there.
Are you serious?
Since the man believed in black Africanism, everybody was into everything. And I was becoming too troublesome.
Okay.
So I started experiencing certain attacks. Because there was one day I came to the show. As I just touched my keyboard, my fingers started folding. So I jumped down from the stage and said, Fela, see my hand. If my hand remains like this, I'll kill you. And he dragged me to his shrine. Enter inside the shrine.
His own personal shrine now, not musical shrine again.
Entered inside. put his hand inside one pot, brought out some liquid, dropped it in my hand, made some incantation, and my hand came back to more normal. That's when I knew that. Okay.
Now so.
That's how I started. Went to Ivory Coast. I went to Ghana. I went.
In search of juju?
I was doing juju, nothing. I was different initiation. I went to Cotonou. In Cotonou, when I finished, I slept with a python inside a cave.
Sorry. I don't like the way you rush this story. You went to Cotonou. What was the aim?
Fortification now.
Don't the 45 finish? Don't.
Wait till you meet with Sino Rambo. You will know you got fortification.
And I would like to meet with Sino Rambo. All right, now, okay, let's. You went to Cotonou for fortification, and then
after making a decision, giving me rings, he said I should enter into that cave. Whatever I see there, I should stay with the team. This was around 11 p.m.
Okay.
Inside the cave, everywhere was first of all dark, so I closed my eyes for a while.
So that I can get used to.
When I opened my eyes, I just saw one big python on the ground like that, coiled up, and I screamed. The Baba said, "If you scream again, you are gone. Your family no know so you there." So I kept quiet, and the python unwind itself, came, tied itself around me, and started licking my face. You know, I fainted many times that night. Yes, because it was strange. I fainted. So at about 5 a.m.
How was the smell?
Oh.
Because you just told me started licking.
Yes, now what
face.
First of all, it has tied me up. I was in shock. The Baba said I should not make any noise.
Noise again.
So I was stiff. So at time when he opened his mouth, I would faint. I only wake up to see that my face is slimy. So at the end of the day, around 4:35 a.m., it unwound itself and went back to its position. And then I stayed at about 6 quarter after 6. I came out. The Baba was there. Baba said yes. Now
was at the entrance or this thing started around what time?
Around
this
11. But I think
night.
went to.
Okay, 11 nights, and then you are now released in the morning.
Yes. So when he came, he said, "Now you are a man." He made more incisions and all that. He told me that I'm invincible.
Okay.
So I came back to Lagos. Then I went to Somorika for bulletproof. Of course,
Somorika in Edo State.
Yes. The person that introduced me to the bulletproof man did his own charm in Sheraton.
Huh?
Yes, the Babalawo flew. He bought ticket, the man flew, he brought his car back, lodged in Sheraton. And so I saw them do everything. So the man said I have to follow the man to Somorika.
Why you know?
And this man that did this thing was a bank executive.
The Sheraton one.
It's a bank executive. So that was that, and then the final one was the one that happened between 1993 December and 1994 January.
Okay.
But in that 93, around that time, we did this video recording of Beast of No Nation.
Okay.
We did it in Scotland in a studio called The Tube.
Okay.
You know, video recording, live video recording, you need a crowd.
Okay.
So in the crowd, there was this guy sitting on the 4th row. So when we finished recording, the guy called me and he said, "I like the way you are very charismatic on stage." I said, "Can't you see that fella is getting old? I'm a bank executive. I would like to sponsor your music career."
This guy that was talking to you was an Oyibo man?
No, black man.
Okay.
An Igbo man.
Nigerian?
Nigerian.
Okay.
So he said, "Take my card. I came to Scotland to do a course. When I come back to Nigeria, I will call you."
Okay.
That was it. When he came back to Nigeria, it was around December 93. So he invited me. We met in Sheraton. He uses Sheraton to smoke. We take a suit.
Okay, this was the same man who did his own jazz in Sheraton.
Same man, we now became palace. So we met. He told me what he wanted to do. That he would spend money on music. So he said, "Tomorrow let's meet again. When you come with a lawyer."
Okay.
So I came the next day with a lawyer. I came with this lawyer. The contract was drawn. "Let us sign." He said, "No. Before we sign, we enter a covenant." I didn't. I said, "So what? Let's enter now." He said, "No, we have to travel to Onitsha." That's how we traveled to a place called Nkisi in Onitsha. We lodged in Nkisi Palace Hotel. So Sunday morning, early in the morning, he said, "Let's go to the place." We got there. You know, I saw the who's and who's in Nigeria. You know, top shots, government functionaries. You know, and I was like,
Sunday morning, when normal people go to church.
Took me to this place, and they were all wearing white. You know, not
White as in white garment, church kind of white or okay.
White.
Okay. Anything, even if na suit, you wear it to be white.
Only me was wearing jeans up and down. So I didn't know what was up. I came in and sat down, and suddenly one woman came in, very tall, and the woman said, "Yes, where's the person?" My friend said, "That's in Sekeji, you get up, follow this woman." I didn't know who the woman was. It was when she took me to where she was taking me to. I discovered she was a priestess. And she said, "Take off your clothes." I said, "For what?" She said, "Take off your clothes." So I stripped. I was naked.
Stark naked. No pants.
Nothing. She said, "Move forward towards the shrine." I moved. She said, "Put your right foot on the stone and your left foot on a piece of iron on it." I stood. She went to the shrine, brought 7 cowries, put 4 on my left, right hand, 3 on my right hand, made some incantation, told me to do the one, throw it and all that. After that, he called. He said, "Bring that thing." Before my face, he brought a bucket of blood. Half, 3/4 full. I said, "Yeah, go and show him where to bath. Go and bath with that blood."
With the blood?
It was human being blood. I went and took my bath.
With quarter?
Yes, full bath. Then
how many human beings?
I don't know that. So I came back and she called again. They brought another bucket of warm water.
Okay.
Slightly hot. With something like olive oil on top.
Okay.
And she did some funny magic, you know. There was one white thing on top. She lighted matches and lighted the thing. The thing started swimming and then exploded. Pop! So I go and wash the blood. I went, I washed blood, I came back. Then she took the making incision. And so I bring the covenant food. So they brought one yam porridge. Guess the meat that was on top. Human being tongue. And she said, "Eat it."
Tongue of a human being.
She said, "Eat the porridge, eat everything." I said, "If I don't eat this thing, I'm going to Father. I've seen human blood.
You don't take blood, human being blood bath.
Human tongue. So if I don't, maybe my own is the next one." That was how I did this stuff. When I finished, she took blade again, made small for incisions, brought 2 small shrines, and said, "Take this shrine, take it to Lagos every last Saturday of the month in the morning around between 8 and 10 a.m. Sacrifice a white chicken to this shrine. By 4 to 5 in the evening, go to number so Zumba Umbadiwe. Your mates are there for your meeting. You are welcome to A to Z as the Nusraiki Society." I said, what is Nusraiki Society? She said, "Now let me tell you, any day you tell anybody about this cult, your tongue will rot in your mouth, the sole of your feet will rot in, and in 7 days you will die." My brother, for 18 years, I've been telling people, I've just told you.
Yes, and your tongue is not rotting. Can you imagine?
Romance with courtesy and all that.
We'll have to stop it here. Our time again is up. But there's still a lot, because we need to know, how did Pastor KG now meet Christ? It's amazing. It's amazing. The deception of the devil is so terrible. A man was made to bathe with human blood, was made to eat human tongue, and told that any day he tells anybody about this, his tongue will rot. I don't know what they've told you that's still keeping you in bondage. It's all lies. Because I know that once you accept Christ and He lives in you, you are a new creature. All things are passed away. Behold, you are now new. God bless you. Please keep away from trouble and don't let the devil deceive you. The Bible says, flee from him and he will flee from you. You don't need to. What are we looking for? God bless you. Till we see next week. It's been Share My Story. Her name, Chooks Anything.